It is such a great thought experiment to apply the concept of Kevin Can F Himself to other sitcoms, and I don't think you could have picked a better one to apply that filter than Big Bang Theory, because there's no way that if that show did not have the sitcom veneer, that it would be completely, utterly unrecognizable. And we actually kind of see that when we watch Young Sheldon and we think of Sheldon's depiction of his childhood and how sternly different it is in real life with the real drama that is Young Sheldon. But even still, just taking the scope of Big Bang Theory, let's take a look. Because you talked about Leonard, and yes, but also the entire crew, that whole situation would play out so differently if it had that, let's cut to what it looks like in real life. First off, Penny is definitely Allison. I don't think she would have nearly as much vim and vigor and sarcasm as she does on the show Big Bang Theory. Instead, she's a girl who is new and alone in a new city trying to make a new life for herself. And the only friends that she has is these weirdos across the way, and that's not nearly as cute of a thing. I think that just like on the show Kevin Can F Himself, she's not as done up and looking sexy all the time. She's probably in her pajamas a whole lot more. Maybe has her roots grown out. And her relationship with Leonard, so much less cute. In fact, he is pulling a Joe from You, where in real life we're seeing him stalk her online and find out what her likes and dislikes are, and tracking her and doing all kinds of weirdo, nerdy stuff. And since she has nobody else to interact with, he's very likely negging her and belittling her about her education, about her intelligence, and basically getting her down to the level where she will go out with a guy like him. That's how real life their relationship plays out. But also, let's talk about how everybody's relationship with Sheldon would be so much different. I'm not going to use the word that he would be violent, because I'm not sure it would be violent, but it would be so much more aggressive with his very stringent rules and throwing things and yelling and having all kinds of freakouts that are not adorable unless everybody in his universe adheres to his very, very strict rules. In real life, Leonard's stuff is constantly being thrown out the window or put in the trash or set on fire by Sheldon and his rules. They're probably also a whole lot more racist to Raj. Everybody's probably a whole lot more racist to Raj, and he is likely in an abusive relationship with Howard. Like, I'm very sure we cut to real life, Raj is in a financially abusive relationship with Howard, who he thinks is somebody who is his only friend. He speaks a lot less English, and he's taking advantage of it. Real life Bernadette does not speak that high, hair is not as blonde, and she probably has so much more religious trauma that Howard uses to manipulate her into converting. Also, last thing, I don't think that when we switch to real life that that Raj is dating any of these women. Instead, Raj is stalking these women. Like I said, overall, when we do the Kevin Can F Himself cut to real life, this friend group, not as cutesy and nice as the sheen of sitcom would have us believe. It's actually a really, really bad situation for most of them.